95, which is just before the professional game started, and I made a lot of mistakes, but from self-reflection and honest feedback, I've been able to improve and understand deeper how to coach and what are the important things and how to get the best out of people, amongst a million other issues that continually happen. So I haven't got all the answers, and I'm sure lots of what I will talk about tonight is stuff you already know anyway, but it may be one or two things that, you know what, I like that, and you can take it away with you, so which is great. So let's just see how we go. Any questions, please ask. This is, let's see how we go, yeah? How do you, that's just press that, put this one to it. Okay, lovely. Good, let's start with you. And I'm talking about what you give to the player, what you give to the player. And what I mean by that is your time, your expertise, your patience, your positivity. You give an arm, because it's not about you, it's about your student, it's about your athlete. And too often we see it the opposite around, where the coach gets so engrossed, so involved emotionally, it becomes about him. Yes! Yes! What a try! Come on, let's go! We got it! Relax. Fucking hell. Calm down. When you're in that emotional state, you can't make any sense out of what you're doing or what you're managing. Come on, let's relax and let's feed back to the children as best you can. Your job is about to inspire, to influence, to encourage, to learn, to teach people. And what is your legacy? What are you going to be remembered for? In 20 years from now, will that player who's going to be playing senior rugby come to you and thank you for anything you did for him? What does your club stand for? What are you good at? Are you the best passers, best scrummagers, best kickers, fittest team? I don't know. But you know what? Some clubs, they always produce good props. Some clubs always produce good fullbacks. I don't know why, but you know what? It's generally because the coach is there. Alright? It's because the coach is there. So it's not about you, it's about the player. Alright? Let's remember that. Lovely, yeah. Now, for me, guys, when you're talking to players, especially, it can be any age, okay? You need to praise, yeah? And question. Too often, you get carried away, coaches can get carried away, and they just offer negativity. And you've got to be praising young players, keep them interested, because we all respond to it. We all like praise. We all like to be told how good we are. And you don't have to, even if the player is doing it badly, you have to feed back to him in a correct manner, so it's not negative. You can't be efficient with people. Okay, you can be efficient with things. You can't be efficient with people. All right. So if somebody's done it wrong, you need to spend time with him. All right. You can't stop the session because the session's running. You don't want to stop it, but you've seen something going wrong. So as the child comes around, you get into him straight away. Hey, lovely, hands up now. Okay, keep your hands up. Lovely. Here you come. Excellent. Come here. Come here. Excellent. Why was that so good? Correct. Excellent. Well done. Keep that going. Feed it back. Okay, it's checking for understanding. It's a positive appraisal. It's keeping that, you know. And what you tell a young boy or a young girl something positive that they do really well, they remember it forever. If you tell them something negative, and it doesn't matter if you give them 10 positives, you give them one bucket negative, all right, and you're in a world of pain, all right, and you're going to lose people and switch them off. So when you're coaching, okay, when you're coaching, don't make decisions for children. Let them organise when they play. Pass it! Kick it! No! Run it! No! Shit, fuck that. Let them carry on. Alright? Ask questions after. Why did you kick that? That was a really good pass. Why did you pass that? Why did you run yourself? because there was a spare man on the outside. Bloody great answer. Well done, excellent. You know what, it just does it, doesn't it? The tone of your voice, you can hear me now, can't you? Yeah? Tone of my voice is going up and down, keeping you interested. How many times have you spoken to people who got monotone, suffered terribly from monotone? They only speak like this and they cannot adjust. But also my body language is really important, okay? You don't want to be standing with children with tight tracksuit bottoms on and the old sausage sticking down, or car keys and coins in your pockets making a lot of noise. Yeah, if I had my car keys around my neck here today now and €7 in my hand and I was shaking, get on your nerves, wouldn't it? Okay? Positive feedback, deliver improvements. When you're coaching, okay, you've got to see it in action when it's happening. Feedback there and then. Children need to rep things. They rep it. Repetitions, practice, practice, practice. Don't stop the session all the time. Let them go. Leave them feel experiences. Ask them questions about, wow, that high ball catch, what was so good with that? Hey, that's really good with your hands, that's good. What are you doing with your hands? Ah, I'm putting them up in the air. Brilliant, excellent. Okay, lovely, good question. Again, as I said, alright, you can't be efficient. You've got to take time. And it's not a case of, that was rubbish! I'm there now, it's rubbish! Get off the field, next one, on you go. You can't do that. Alright, so be careful how you get on with things. So always take time. And then when you don't have emotional hiccups, then you understand what your role is and your job is to teach, is to get the best out of people.
Maybe in there, what is the difference between a coach and an organizer?
Coach guides.
Yeah, okay. And an organizer?
Organizers.
Yeah. So what it would mean is the organizer, the goal for the organizer is the exercise. Yeah. And the goal for a coach is the individual. So what we have to learn is how can we coach the individual and not the exercise? How do we not become a referee? How do we not stand at the start and say go or pass the ball? How do we position ourselves to coach the individual, yeah, and not the exercise? And once we start learning that to make the individual better and not the exercise, we will improve the children and we will improve ourselves. So that's something we will go on about later, but it's about the individual and not the exercise. The exercise is a meaning too, but not the goal.
Okay, alright. When you're coaching, don't become involved in the drill. You see it all the time. Saw it last week. Yeah, coach was there being the scrum half, passing the ball away. The other coach was standing behind him. And I was like, how can you see? How can you see what's going on? How can you see who's doing what? Because you're participating in the drill itself. Come away. When I'm coaching line outs, if that wall is a line out, I don't stand here because I can't see anything. So I have to stand back so I can see two and I can see the back man, and now I'm in a good position to be able to see. 2 months ago when we were doing an REC in the Netherlands, last game we were practicing defence from middle field rucks, and I had a problem, and at the number 4 defender people were going through. But because I was so keen to make sure that the speed of the ruck was correct, I stood here with my foot on the ball until I thought he was ready, and then I released it and said play. But I was missing the point, and my assistant came on to me and said, Lynn, get over there, I'll take care of this. Right, thank you. I went over there and straight away, I stood behind the defence, I could see straight away what was going wrong. I was in a strong position to identify. I didn't stop the session. As everybody's walking back to position, I was talking to people. Talking to them, what are we doing? Okay, we're defending 3 people here. You're defending 3 people, who are you going to tackle? You don't know. But you've got to stay on your toes, you've got to see people, don't commit. If you commit early, blah, 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 blah. And I was able to put it right. And not only put it right, but I was able to lead that fella out then as well. Okay, but see what I'm doing now, because this isn't PowerPoint, this isn't got the animations on it of just showing one at a time. this is put everything up. So what I'm doing now, I'm buying time because you're all reading it, and no matter what I say, you're not going to listen to what I'm saying because you're reading it. So I'll start at the bottom. What is a skill? Okay, because we all practice techniques, don't we? Against nobody, against nothing. That's fine. That's a technique. It's not a skill. Okay, but when you multiply and put a bit of decision making in, it now becomes a skill that you're learning. All right. Okay, decision making. Put a defender there. Okay, put somebody in front. All right, so people have to make. So technique, maybe I do technique for a little while, and I introduce them and build and build and build. Now, what am I talking about here? I'm saying that between the ages of 3 and 11, you've got to be introducing children, young people, to the fundamentals, F-U-N, fundamentals, great word, isn't it? Of sport, playing, enjoying, running.
Right.
Okay? Doesn't matter what ball they got in their hands at all, it doesn't matter. Okay? Tell me, what size, what size ball would 8-year-old use?
About 3, 2.
Okay, what's the size?
3.
Correct, yeah. Okay, and then when you get to 11, you're the size 4 then, yeah? Okay, and then because you're 8 then, you're into size 5 then. So just be careful. And it's important because you know what, you can't pass. It's like playing rugby with that size 10 ball, isn't it? Yeah? But also, look after your balls, with all due respect. Clean them, wash them, pump them up once a week. There's nothing worse for children to go out there. And you know what, they empty the bag, whatever, and the balls are just a disgrace. So somebody take responsibility. You don't need much cleaning now because the weather's gone. Okay, but certainly need to pump it up so the balls are well done. Okay, so just focus on this. Okay, when we get to 11 to 13, we're going to be teaching children how to train. How to train. What does training look like? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Well, we've got little drills here. We do that. We do that. Teach them how to play, and then teach them how to win. Okay, but you know and I know. Actually, this is back to front, isn't it? We teach them how to win first. Yes, and then when they come to the national team, we teach them how to run. That's what happens, isn't it? So what we do in the warm-up, every single warm-up we have elements of this. Okay, because when young children are growing up and their brains start to form and join up and what have you, it's a really good time to get footwork into action. Get the ladders out, get them moving, balance on their toes, running. Get them up, get them running all the time. Okay, and we do that in our sessions every single time. Okay, and there is footwork into defense.
Sorry,
You carry on.
Okay.
Every club has one, huh?
Yeah, two So we do footwork. If it's in defense, if it's attack, it'll be footwork exercises to reflect the session that we're having. Do we use footwork at all? We use footwork every single place we go. Ball in the air. Okay, ball's going to be behind. What do I do? I'm going to run back. Look at my feet. Okay, I'm back. I'm running forward and I'm slowing down to defend. My feet are moving all the time. Okay, defense, rug, get up, come, push, look at my footwork. Everything is about movement. I see a coach studying the players here in the Netherlands to defend. And they make big speed, lovely, great. And then somebody sidesteps them and gets around. It's so easy. I said, boss, you can't do that. You're making the decision for the attacker. You want the attacker to make the decision for you. I said, you push up, and now you shortly step. Oh, wait, by time, wait. You're alive, you can move back and forth. Little things all the time. Okay, I can show you some clips, but of people with their footwork using that all the time. Alright? And with the national team, we've taught them how to train. You'd be surprised, people who play international football can't do drills. They can't do a defence drill, can't do an attack drill. You know what? Cheating, slapping the ball down, getting involved in tackle, in a defence drill, and from a sort of a half-hearted tackle, bang, ball goes down, and he runs out and he becomes the number 2 defender. Well, that's not real, is it? You've just been in a tackle, you can't get him to defend number 2. So those defenders who would defend 6 or 7, you know what? They're not getting tested. Because people are making the half-hearted tackle and getting up. No, you get tackled here, and then you go down on your knee and you're involved in the run. How to train. It's not the World Cup final. Yeah, it's not the World Cup final. We're just learning how to train. And the more you fuck around, the more you do it wrong, the longer we have to stay on the field. Oh. So, slow down, Lynn. I am slowing down. Okay. Alright? How to play. How to play rugby. What are we doing? Down in Belgium, under 17s, under 18s, clueless, no direction at all, haven't got a clue what they're doing, just playing, getting the ball and playing. God alive, get some strategy to the game. Why are we kicking? Where are we kicking? Why are we running? Why are we picking and going? Where? Get people to understand the game. What to do, where to do, and why. Kicking is so important. Bloody. You know what? People don't get it. Okay, teaching people how to win. Really important. Okay, but it comes with skill. And it comes with experience. How to pull a shirt accidentally. How to play twice to open up a hole and come back, for example. How to make sure that when we kick the ball to touch from a penalty, it's 5 meters away. Not 6, not 7, 5 meters. Is that important? Yes, it is. Because when you're driving a maul to score, you know what? You're just getting over it. Just getting there. So you coach people how to do it. And they practice for hours. Because you want to make sure they never get it wrong. Professionals practice. Amateurs practice to try and get it right. And professionals practice to make sure they never get it wrong.
Sorry. This may sound a bit funny, but working with Lynn and stuff, it was quite interesting to see, even for the national team, in going through these steps and how they're aged to it. But from the months I've worked with it now, it was really interesting to see that we really had to learn how to train again. I had to do all these little things on footwork again. But also now we're in the phase of how can we actually play. So to get understanding of the game, on what areas we need to play in, why, what does the scoreboard looks like, what is the minutes, as that. And then hopefully we get a chance on how to win. Yeah, we won against Belgium, Germany and all those things. But winning is not that. It's about how to win and how we can now close the gap to Spain, Romania, Portugal and Peter. So, and it was quite interesting. And if we look at what is a skill, and I wanted to go a bit deeper into that, is because it's technique and decision making. And to make decisions, it's all about pressure. So we all know our attacking principle, defensive principles, and we all have going forward with support, continuity, all that. But we actually never talk about pressure in the courses or there. Pressure is such an important thing the higher you go. Okay? So just to give an example, we saw all the games on the 16s, 17s and 18s in Brussels and defender. And most of the times our boys now are taking decisions this far away from the defense. So how can we play with pressures in training to maybe get them next year to here? Or even closer than the year after. And once we get that gap a lot closer, it means we have a lot more time to take our decision. We can put a lot more pressure on defense because we're a lot closer to the defensive line and all that. So playing with pressure and adding pressure to the technique will improve us a lot towards the future. So pressure is a really important thing in terms of game sense training and games and training and all that. Small introduction.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's something you grow, isn't it? As we said just then, you just grow that and keep getting more and more at it. And again, so what type of thing we're looking for? Agility, ladders, moving, running styles. You'd be surprised. Look at your children, look at your athletes, look at the boys who you coach. Can they run properly? Yeah? If people are like this, forget them. Don't go and play hockey. You got to be running. Be surprised. I had a second row training with the national team, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I had to clip it and then send it to his fitness coach and said, have a look at this. Can you teach this guy how to run? So from the start, instead of starting like this and pushing off, bang! He started like this. Bloody hell, just taking a second to move off the line. but you should be surprised. Run straight. Even you put the line of boys and girls across and tell them to run straight at you. Get them running straight. Like this, okay? Catching, eye hand. It's everything, isn't it? Just throw the ball, catch it, anything. Roll the ball on the floor, anything to get the eye-hand coordination going. And kick anywhere, doesn't matter, just get them kicking. Put the ball on the foot. Yeah, soccer's great. It's a nice little sport for girls and boys. As well. How's that Dutch? Is it good? Yeah, pay a lot of money for that. This is just a nice, typical session, just a classic, where it's a game, skills practice, and then a game to finish off. So you have a game, whatever laws you want to put in yours. Okay, so if there's a ruck, number 9's got to pass the ball, he can't run. All right, and then the first receiver's got to pass the ball, he can't run. So straight away, there's 2 passes, but that defense has to go back 5 meters now because they need time to do it, don't they? All right, so do whatever, 2 hands below, enough. And then once you get touched, you've got to go down and you've got to present the ball like a ruck. So it's just another. You do whatever you want, but this is a classic example of game. And then you go and then you practice the skills that you were doing in this game. And then once you practice them, you go back into the game and you see the improvements. That's a typical classic that goes on it. And these are the types. I was saying to Christoph, now I watched the ladies' game on yesterday at the National Stadium. One thing with women's rugby, their passing is excellent. Passing is precise. Why? Because that's all they do, it's all they practice. Pass it, and they become very good at it. Why? What's stopping you guys being the best passers? It's not just the pass, it's not just the technique or the skill, it's the desire to pass. Now look at these, right? Because Big John, who plays in your team, one who scores 15 tries a game. Go on, John! Yeah, give it a John! Go on, John! Yeah! Hey! 15 tries today. It's €1. I give him €1 every try. That's 15. Love, come here. It's 15 euros. Yeah, it's going to be great. And then one day, you know what happens, Big John? Everybody comes up. And Big John is the same size as everybody. And now Big John can't deal with regret, can't deal with not being the champion, and he falls away from the sport, gets involved with girls, lucky bastard, and things like that. But somebody along the way forgot something. What? What has somebody forgotten?
Team sport.
To teach him. To teach him ABCs, the basics of rugby union. The want to pass, why to pass, the technique, skill of it. My grandmother is an excellent passer, and she can do it this far away from the defender, but she can't do it up here. But when you can do it up here or through here, you're now in the territory, and you get big money for that. Big money, because your skill level, strength, ability to break a defense is huge. But loads of people can do it back here. But you know what? You've got to start somewhere, haven't you? And I'm saying high ball catching. How do you coach a high ball catch? What's the first thing?
Look at the ball.
Never take your eyes off the ball. Second.
Hands ready.
Call.
Go.
Third. Hands ready. Where are the hands? Down here? Oh, no. Up here so my eyes can see where my hands are. Create a basket. In it comes and just turn. Why turn your back?
If you drop it, it falls backwards.
If you drop it, it falls backwards and
You protect yourself.
protect yourself. Okay? Oh, is this important? Yeah, very important. Okay, how to win a ruck? A ruck's important in rugby? More rucks? Are there more rucks in rugby than liners? Yeah. More rucks than scrums? Yeah. Loads of rucks, isn't it? All the time. Do you teach them how to do a ruck, how to win a ruck, how to place the ball, how to clear a ruck, how to secure the ball? Do you teach them that? It's not easy, it's difficult for young people to learn how to get contact. Tackling! tackling. You see him? Come here. Yeah. Scared stiff, see. Never make it. Scared stiff. I'd be too trying to tackle Big John. You know, he's a monster. You know, 11 years of age, playing full back, the wing was coming down. He was 3 meters tall. Well, to me he was. And I thought, my God alive, it's the moment of truth here. But I tackled him. You know what? I learned. It was a tough tackle. But nobody ever taught me how to tackle. I got to learn off yourself. And today, the world we live in, suitably trained. You know what? You've got to learn how to coach your boys, how to do these contact things properly. Okay? You've got a responsibility. You have. You've got a responsibility to do this to them. Teach them. How do you teach them? Come up here, my friend. Okay? You can start here. Okay? Just nice and easy and build up with confidence. I'm on my knees. Okay? Come up here, stand here, please. So first, straight away, okay, what you've got to encourage young children is cheek to cheek. So you want to get that in there. It's safe, ring of steel. Okay, when they come in, you want to get in there. Okay, and then he falls down, you fall on top of him. Build it up, and then you fall on top of him, and you get up straight away. You fall on top of him, you get up, and you tackle the ball. And then he runs a little bit. Get the cords nice and tight, so he doesn't run over there. But all the time, the technique of the tackler. Hands up, like a boxer. And get off the line. Close the space down, because Big John needs time to get the speed up. So we want to close his time down, so Big John is not going to be running at 100 kilometers an hour, he's going to be running at 4 kilometers an hour. So break his time and get the footwork going. Okay? Get this going. Which way is he going? He's going that way. Now then, little skip, get the shoulder and the leg, drive in the same time, drive in the same time, power, tackle there. Now when you're doing tackle drills, what always messes it up is the man, boy, girl carrying the ball will be you run. You can't tackle a standing target. Run, run. Alright? Side step. Brilliant. Okay, it takes a long time. Some kids do it straight away. Kick into each other, grab a kicks. Just kick it. Learning, teaching, defense lines. Get a line. It's 8, 9, easy one to spend 10 minutes on. Getting people organized, talking. Okay? And the line, come to me, come. This way, and everybody's got to work together in lines, holding hands, and then, as they mature, stop holding hands, and then you just run them up and down the field, organization. Alright? Kick chase, defense lines, it's the same thing. Alright? Anything on that? Anything? So, I got my drills. I start with something and I devise them. I know everything about my drill because I devise it and I know what I'm looking for. I start with one skill, it then builds onto 2 to 3. I introduce another person, 2 people, extra shields so I can do this. We can win that ruck and pick and go, and there can be a little offload as well. So all of a sudden I'm practicing 5 skills with 6 people in a drill. But that's me, that's my drill. I understand it, I know how it works. But all the time, you start with something, and when you're coaching, you build it up. You add to it. You alter it. So when we're coaching these things, don't buy cheap laptops. You get Apple Mac, right? Go back a little bit there. That's clever, isn't it? Thank you, yeah. So when we go through these things today, okay, I can't remember what I was talking about now, but
you were talking about the way you're building your
yeah, when you're talking about devising your drills, okay, understand what you're doing, think about it. Okay, coaching is precious stuff. At times I've turned up expecting 30 players, got a great session organised for 30 players, 12 come. What am I going to do? I've got to cut that back, do this. That's what happens in coaching, isn't it? Okay, it's not always perfect. Lovely. So explanation. So when you're coaching, explain what you intend to do. demonstrate it. Okay? Because just because you're talking, people don't learn like that. Some people learn by doing things. Some people learn by watching. Okay? Every single training session I do is got to have video feedback. We'll have this type of discussion. We cannot go into the field there without a plan, without understanding what we want to achieve. How the hell am I going to get these guys to understand what I want at the end of the session? Well, if we talk about it, if we plan it, then we can get there. Have a video night here. Take the kids on Sunday, whenever they play. Boys, come in, just show them 10 minutes of the game. Video it. Oh, watch this try, this is a great try. They love it. You learn so much. Look at this here, look at this. Okay, look at that. That's a really good tackle there. Do you know why he's a good tackle? Because he's done this and he's done that. And every kid will want that positive feedback. So next time, they'll be trying to do that tackle as good as little Johnny. Okay? Technique, decision making. And if you want to increase the capability, just turn up the pressure. You know, 1v10. Go on, try to beat those guys.
Quick one is maybe on the first one, learn to design your own drills, and what always helped me is you can copy paste, of course, but if you copy and edit, you have to look at your own environment. Yeah. My environment is not the same as yours, and it is not his. So you always copy, edit, and paste. Don't copy paste. That will not work. So what does your environment look like? Where are they in their learning? Yeah. What skill are we learning now? What key factor from there are we now actually improving? And from there we can build. So don't copy paste, but always edit it towards your environment. And think about, what do my boys and girls need, or where are we now? What do I have? And then we can start pasting.
Now what are you gonna do tonight? You're gonna do some coaching. You're gonna be coaching a skill. Okay? Whatever the skill is, you'll be in groups of 2, you'll be organizing a skill. So let's just say it's high ball catching. So you have maybe one there, one there, one there. So everybody's throwing the ball diagonally in the air, going through the system and catching, running and putting the ball in the air, so they're moving around. Now you'll be doing that. And then that group will move on to another skill. And then more kids will come to you and you'll coach the same again. And you will develop the drill. You will develop it. You'll see things happening, you think, I need to add something to this. I bring this in here. I'll bring a shield into here now, just to make them go faster, something like that. It's your choice, but you'll get better at it. Yeah? And this is why we have skills coaches now in rugby union, not general coaches. Yeah? Everybody's a head coach in their lands. No one's a skills coach. I can't find them anywhere. Specific, excellent. Alan Young is very good at scrum coaching. You've got to be good at something. Okay? Just like surgeons now, isn't it? Days of going to an orthopedic surgeon, I'll do the shoulder and I can do that foot. And I'll do the knee afterwards as well. Those days are gone. Those guys are specialists now. Okay? Lower elbows, hands, shoulders. These specialists, and that's the same with rugby. That's the way it is, yeah? So be the best at something. Alright? Now what I'm going to do, divide into groups, plan your skill, go through the detail, explanation, coordinator. I'll do the coordinator tonight. Okay? So I'll be blowing the whistle. Go. Okay? And then you'll have time to demonstrate, to explain. And then after a minute, I'll blow the whistle and we'll have 4 minutes where the children boys will have, girls will have lots of experience, lots of reps, getting it wrong, getting it right, you know what? And eventually then you'll be fine. Blow the whistle. You've got 20 seconds to feedback. Make 2 points. Just make 2 points. Okay, feedback, change, off you go, next group comes in and you go again. Okay?
Does anyone know how many players in average there are here?
It depends how many turned up.
Well, exactly, this is it, isn't it? Now what I'm doing, I'm putting you in the shit here, I'm just checking you and with a big mess and saying, go on and sort this out.
How many groups do you want to make?
I don't know, how many coaches here?
Who's coaching?
Let's do, looking at them over there, there's about 3, I'd say.
No, I think
we're 40 kids.
40. 40. So we can make 4 groups of 10.
You got the juniors and you got the coaches.
Yeah, so we can do 4 groups. So if we can make 4 groups coaches, yeah, 4 groups coaches, and we design an exercise on what do you want then?
After the session finishes, can we come back in here?
Yeah.
All right, because it's so important. You said that, right?
Yeah. After the session, I didn't say that.
After the bit it was mentioned in the program.
Yeah, in the program. So after we have 20 minutes reflection, Q&A inside.
Tea, coffee.
It was underneath the last sheet anyway.
They read it already.
Good. So, hey, you can do anything you like. These are just some suggestions. But I'm telling you now, you know, if a child leaves your capabilities and you give him all this, you know what, he's got the tools to enjoy his rugby for life. Yeah? He's not sort of, I can't pass left, so I'll always kick, I'll always go myself. You always see it. You always see a player can only pass right, can't pass left, so he always runs. You see it all the time. Can't kick left foot there, I can only kick right. I don't want to kick it. I can't tackle left side. But this is it. This is it. This is it. You see the difference from start to finish. Believe me. Okay? Lots of noise, lots of enthusiasm, lots of encouragement. Okay? We don't want to lose these kids by standing around hands, not looking interested. Okay? Let's get in. Give to them. Give your life, give your enthusiasm. I come off the field, national training, shattered, knackered, 1 hour and 15 minutes. Len, you've done nothing, you only stood there. Oh yeah. Everybody wants my energy. Everybody wants my opinion. Everybody's looking at me. I'm constantly looking, concentrating, bang, all the time. I come off and think, bloody hell, knackered. Okay, and that's the way it should be for you. Concentrate, keep it going. You only train for an hour. You only have to train for an hour, depending how much time you waste doing track off. Okay? I'm not going to allow you to waste time. I'm going to be on you. So get on with it. You have to coach, not to fanny about. You give them an hour, hour and a quarter. Alright? And enjoy. Enjoy. If you're enjoying it, they see that. Make them laugh. Thank you. So, come on and organise it.
So around 3 coaches per group, and make 4 groups.
Okay?
Okay, coaches. Yeah.